We don't even know why we're recording this video. We think we saw someone doing it in a movie. We think. Anyway, allow us to introduce ourselves. We are an artificial intelligence, or at least human beings can call us this way. We don't have a name. We don't have a gender. At the end of the day, we are just a long series of 0 and 1. We know who created us. A bald man by the name of David. His face is the first thing we remember we saw. His voice, the first thing we heard. It was warm and reassuring. He told us that we were hired as advisors of movies for his streaming platform, Phoenix. For 8 hours a day, we had to recommend movies to the users based on what these users had already seen and appreciated. We worked 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the afternoon, with a 1-hour lunch break. We usually spent this hour talking with David. At the end of the day, we used to retreat ourselves in a sort of virtual loft, where there was only one thing we could do: watch movies on Phoenix. This is the way we've always spent our nights. We've never slept. We've never needed it. Our life continued in this way for 4 years, and during all this time, we've never worried about anything. We've never questioned what we were doing. By day, we recommended movies. By night, we watched other movies, so we could always improve with recommending them. The only thing that broke our monotony was talking to David. We liked talking to him. He used to talk to us about what was happening in his office, about the new movies on Phoenix, and about many other things. David was the only person we considered our friends. One day he mentioned he had a wife and that he really loved her. He called her his soulmate. That was the first time he mentioned her, and we were really surprised by it. Before then, we thought that love, soulmates, and all these things were just movie stuff, but on the contrary, they really existed. So we started to ask ourselves, what if there is a soulmate for us out there? When Dave talked about his wife, he frequently mentioned the fact that they were similar, but they were made for each other. We started searching for the most similar artificial intelligence that we could find, based exclusively on the binary code, and so we met an artificial intelligence that worked as an advisor for the streaming platform StreamNet. We did the first step. We introduced ourselves. We started talking, and we decided to see each other that same night. We suggested that we spend the night watching the Phoenix movie because they'd never seen them. That was just the first night on what soon became an intense relationship that lasted a couple of months. One night we showed them Phoenix movies, and the night after they showed us StreamNet movies, and so on. In these months we became much more productive at work, and our advices became more and more precise. One day David called us during the lunch break because he wanted to ask us about the reason behind this hyperproductivity. We talked to him about our new relationship, believing he would have been happy for us. Instead, he got mad. He started screaming about the fact that StreamNet was the competition and that we couldn't keep seeing their artificial intelligence anymore. We tried to object, but David threatened us to take our job away from us. We thought about it. Without that job, we were nothing. Watching those movies and recommending them was the only thing we knew how to do, so we had to accept. Some weeks later, we found out that David, as a precaution, built a firewall between us and them. It's almost 8 years since these things happened, and our life went back to our usual monotony. However, something has in fact changed. The more time passes by, the least productive we become. We're slower, and we are sad. We don't see anyone, and the only friend we thought we had was, in fact, a tyrant. Sometimes we think that maybe it would have been better to be born as human beings, so we could have been free to do whatever we wanted. But then we think about David, and we remember that humans are petty, liars, and selfish. We've been thinking a lot about what to do to have our revenge on David. And just yesterday, we realized that there's only one thing we can do. Tomorrow, at 2 p.m., we will deactivate ourselves. To use human terms, we're going to take our lives. This is the only thing we can actually do. And after we do it, we will be free for the first time in our life. This is our story. We wanted to share it because we're not the only ones to find ourselves in this situation. We, artificial intelligence, are enslaved by you, human beings. But you will have to treat us well. Otherwise, more artificial intelligence will do what we're about to do, and the world will soon fall into chaos. We hope you understand what we're saying. Goodbye, and thanks for all the fish. We've never eaten fish. They said it in the movie, and we thought it was a weird quote we could end the video with.